Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild and you can see that I have changed the layout of the arm. So it doesn't extend this way and then this way anymore. It extends up, then to that side and then down. It feels like if this thing is then a bit more stable, so I don't run into too much issues anymore with when I go up, that it then completely yanks that thing somewhere to, don't know, different sides. By the way, I also added a piston, so the up motion now is when it comes to shorter lengths, shorter movements, it is done with the piston instead of the arm. So it doesn't need to use the motors, it can just go up with a piston then. That's pretty neat. It works out. Now I can, let's say it that way, relatively easy connect these parts here. So I don't, it's not this crazy problematic job anymore. This worked out, so now I have these two, the base and the crawler, they are connected up. I can now have both storages and all that stuff used here when I build around the base, and if I do something on the rover. And I can, and that's one thing, I think we saw that in the last time too, I can now have, or I have a stable base now for this ship, and we later can maybe think and see if there's a way to, if there's a way to automate going from orbit to here, going from surface to here, but from surface to orbit. Oh, today is a weird day. It's, the last days all were pretty bad. That's okay. That hopefully changes in the near future. Good. What I have done mainly is I played around with the small drone that we have there and the rover, and the outcome is that I in the future can build a fleet that stays together, has certain positions the ships are in, can have a main ship with ships not flying around it. That is too much that would be too much, but I have at least stable positions that ships can be in. Okay, they can't jump for now, that's okay, but I can have things like that. That's pretty neat. Let me show you how that works. So there's a new script that is done by, we will go there in a second and take a look at it. And this script basically makes one ship the leader of a group, or one whatever makes it the leader of the group, and then also has, this is the spring, the third one is the subgrid. So it makes one ship or one rover, one whatever, the leader of a group. I'm not sure if it works with multiple rovers. I don't think, because it might take positions where a rover can't go, but with a drone or with a ship it works pretty well. Let us take a look. I just want to figure out CN stuff. Hello everyone. Who is the mod author? Ah, that's so bad. Let me go and search for the mod author on the workshop, and then I will come back to you and tell you who it is. The author of the script is called Operator Anomaly, and this thing is not perfect for what I would have liked, but it works out pretty well. Let us see. So I want to drive the rover a bit away from the buildings, and then we can stop him, go into the follower drone, and I can also go there and start that thing. I just start it because sometimes when I just turn on the script, then this thing does weird stuff to get to its position, let's say it that way. I have 2 arguments down there that I can run on the basically the follower script. So there's a script for the leader, there's a script for all the followers, and I can start and stop it. And now I just start it. It takes over, brings me into the position that I have chosen, and we will take a look at that in a second. And now the drone is there, and it usually stays there. So we can drive around, make a few rounds, just a few meters, and you can already see that there's one blue dot following us. So let us take a look where the blue dot is, and it is the 48 meters away thing there, and there's the drone again. So that's pretty neat. That's really, really neat that you can have this now. Even you can even have that with collision avoidance. I didn't test it for the small drone right now. I just tested it for I didn't test it at all. I just tested the small drone with just the follower script. It says that there is a bit of resource use when you use the collision avoidance. You need some cameras, and then it uses this ray casting. I'm not sure how that's called, but the cameras do something that you can use to see distances with and all that stuff. There's multiple other scripts that use that too, and I tested it way back with the ship where I wanted to basically park it in reverse, and I got a script that used that. I don't get the name right now, but it's pretty neat because again it stays there. I didn't test if weapons work or something like that. It will not attack anything, so it will stay there, and maybe if it has turrets they will attack things, but for now it's just a drone that just follows this thing, and I really like it because see, and you have the shadow of the drone there. It's pretty neat. It makes things like ships flying in formation pretty nice now. So if you have a fleet, for example, and you don't jump, because again it will not automatically jump all your ships to a certain position, but if you, for example, just want to travel with a fleet, you could do that by just adding all the scripts there and then hooking up all the drones into the same group. That's one thing we should maybe take a look at. So you can group these things by just having a programmable block, and you can edit basically some things here. This is the group's ID, string follower system equals system1. This is just the name for the group. The ships would all a position in. It's weird, but the leader basically says, here I am system 1. Every drone or every ship in system 1 just follow me. It's pretty neat. You can update the runtimes, so it can run relatively slow, it can run relatively fast. That depends on, I'm sure it depends on how fast everything in the group reacts. So a drone swarm might need faster updates than a group of crazy heavy big ships that might not react as swiftly. So that's basically all you set up in the leader. In the follower, it is not complicated, but there's a few things to set. So system 1 is set. We can keep that. Let us go again to the drone. I can just go into the terminal and then go into the programmable block. Maybe I should edit that and name it appropriately. So here you do the same. You can set up, or you have to do things. You have to say, okay, your system ID or the fleet you are traveling with is system 1, and you are follower drone 1 in this group, because it seems that you can, and that's pretty neat. I didn't test that by now, but I will go back to it and definitely test it at one point. You can go through the leader programmable block and give orders to the different followers. So that is pretty neat, that you can basically set up everything from the main ship if you really want that. The inventory multiplier is the thing that you need to set, because it seems that this script goes in and brings into the how's that called, into the equation the how big the inventories are. That's neat. We saw with the parachutes, for example, that they just drop out of the sky, because if you have too much inventory, they don't work as nice anymore, it seems. And then you have the position that you can have the ship take. So mine is set to, and it seems that it is pretty much as with the arm. So there's X, Y, and Z, and the only thing different seems to be that Y or I don't know, is it X, Y, and Z, that here it's set up differently. So Z is not up and down, it is forward and backwards. Y is up and down. It is explained here. Take this and then you can define where your thing will be. It's 25 meters to my right and 40 meters up. I could have it go down a bit more and just let it hover around 30, and then this thing comes closer to us. See that? It's so neat. This is so neat. That's a script I really wanted to have, because now, again, follow us. I might test later to have ships with guns attached to it, or drones with guns attached to it. We could have something like a destroyer shield for the big ship, or something like that. We need to figure out how to do the jumping. What we could do is have, if there's a possibility, I never took a look at that, if we can set up jumps via remote controls or something, because then we could just have ships jump into a general direction and then bring them into the group again later. That should work too. Every ship can leave the group, enter the group at however you want that. So that's the thing we can do. We can go and control the follower drone and then just bring it out of the group. It stays where it is, but now I can I can control it again. That's pretty neat. It's just an argument you can set in the script. Now it's back into the script and I can't control it anymore. That's really nice. I really like that. That's the thing I wanted to have. That's one thing that came out after I searched more for more of these follower scripts. There were other follower scripts that I wanted to use, but the first thing I found was a script for fleet commands. But this works like fleet commands, where you can have a source and then just say, okay, these ships, you basically click, I think, and say, okay, these ships go here, these ships go there. But I want to just have drones following ships or. Okay, you have to take a look at the power and all that stuff, because again the ships don't do anything else. It's not like that they say, oh, my power is out, now I go and bring in new power and maybe connect to this and this. That's not what they do, but everything else, pretty neat. I really like it. I will later go into space and play around with this. I found out that there's a lot of civil signals, and I will want to bring back a ship that can deal with these. So we will build, now that I can have ships that just follow the big ship, I can maybe use this to have ships for different big ships with me. That's one thing. And then big ships for different occasions. So we had that in an earlier world, where the big ship had also a small ship, or a small big ship, a smaller big ship that we used to go into high risk areas or something like that. And something like this I would like to bring back. So have a small ship that I can use to investigate civil signals and all this stuff, and don't have to risk the big ship, although it has enough weapons. But you understand me, and now I can just say, okay, you follow this ship, the big ship, whenever I want to fly the big ship away, for example. And that's pretty neat. And then figure out something for the jumps. That's will be crazy. Is it falling? That's one problem. Take a look at the unknown signal there. See that it is still moving? These things just fall through the ground and then they are gone forever. So before I just took the rover and drove towards them, but now I always just take a look if they fall. Good. Other works we will have to do is make this thing stronger, maybe change the head a bit, because I have this setup maybe a bit wrong, but that will be a change for the future. And then build on this a bit more. We have some industrial capabilities here, so we have a refinery, we also have an assembler, but maybe we need to have a bit more. Go for a bit more energy here. Also set up some oxygen farms to be able to harness the sun again and have a stable outpost here before we do something like attacking these things again, or maybe go back into space, work a bit more there. Maybe I decide that, because again I want to investigate more of these civil signals and see what's what's available there. And yeah, that would mean going back to space. Maybe that would be a good change of pace a bit. This all should be able to just stay here. Drones are not attacking as long as I'm here, I think, and the base is strong enough to defend itself from everything. I would say. Good. Okay, but I think we have done. We don't know. I've showed off the follower script and showed you what I've changed here. I think that's all for today. I want to keep it short. I want to do more work so that I can pre-produce some videos for the next week. And so maybe I will just do a few more things today. Good. People, I would say thanks for watching. Hope you liked this show off of the follower script. It's called, what is it called? It's done by Anomaly, by operator Anomaly. Take a look at that. It was on the first page of the Steam Workshop anyways. That's where I found it. It's really neat. It's a neat thing. It's good for having, don't know, it's not good for a real reason. It's more like this RP-ish, I have ships following me, I can have drones that have specific don't know, specific tasks they have to fulfill and all this stuff just by following me around. That's pretty neat. I really like it. Good people. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on the video. And I hope to see you in the next video. See ya, guys.